Just whip it. I just washed my hair, so it's extra floppy right now, so yeah. Hi! Today I'm going to be doing my September wrap-up, and that's all. So yeah, I read 3 books in September. Last month I read 2 books, and the month before that I read 1 book, so I sense a pattern happening here. Hopefully in October I'll read 4 books, or maybe I'll break the pattern and read like 10 books. So the first book I read in September is this beautiful cover. This is Cross Stitch or Outlander by Diana Gabaldon, and I talked about this in my last wrap-up or TBR or one of those. Yeah, I'm reading this because I like the TV show, and the TV show ended, like the mid-season finale happened, and there was an episode titled The Wedding, which was interesting, and yeah, but yeah, I really like the TV show, I really like the book. I'm giving the book 4 out of 5. I did enjoy it. I might do a review, I don't know, tell me if you want me to do one in the comment section below. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's historical fiction, and it's about this woman who is taken to a different time. I'm gonna look up a synopsis. So like the big tagline, I guess, for the book is Claire Randall is leading a double life. She has a husband in one century and a lover in another. So she time travels to a different century, and romance happens, and war happens, and lots of exciting stuff happens, and historical fiction stuff. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun to read. It's a really, really big book, so be prepared for that. And I think the series is supposed to be 12 books in total, which is a lot of books. The one thing that kind of bothered me about the book was sort of the same thing that bothered a lot of people, but in a different way. So a lot of people got bothered by, okay, so there are some things that are acceptable in this time period that the book is set in that are not acceptable now, and that are not okay, but they were okay then. They were socially acceptable, they were social norms, and a lot of people were upset about that, especially when it involved I guess abuse and stuff like that. So I was okay with it just because I read it in its context, and I was just okay with it. It didn't bother me. The thing that bothered me about it though was Claire's reaction, because she is not from that time period, and the way that she sort of accepted things way too quickly, or was okay with certain things, not just the violence or the abuse or stuff like that, but like other things that happened, specifically one thing that if I do a review I'll tell you about, but there were certain things that I felt she should have been more upset about, or shouldn't have accepted as easily as she did, because it wasn't acceptable in her time period. It shouldn't have been acceptable to her, and it kind of indicated to me that she didn't have a very strong moral code, or she didn't know what she believed in or have strong beliefs, and in that way wasn't a very strong character, or didn't have a strong character to her, which was kind of the opposite of what was portrayed of her, that she was a strong person, that, you know, she was strong and stuff. So that's one of the things I didn't like about the book. There are other things, and yeah, if you want me to do a review, then tell me in the comment section below. Bloodlines is the next book I read. It is the spin-off series by Michelle Rochelle. It's the spin-off series from the Vampire Academy series by Rochelle Mead, and this is the first book in that spin-off series, and it centers on, I should know, I don't, Sydney. It centers on Sydney, who is a character in the Vampire Academy series. I didn't really like it. I gave it 3 out of 5. And if you want me to do a review of this, also let me know. Yeah, it wasn't that great. It was super dull. Super dull, super boring, nothing happened. Adrian was my shining light in this book. Just, without him, it would be just, there would be no reason to read it. Absolutely no reason to read it. I kind of wish she had taken us in 2/3 of the way into the book and just put us there and recapped that part of the book, or had flashbacks, instead of having us go through it and have it be take up 2/3 of the book. It was just so boring and so unnecessary, and the latter part of the book was actually really good and interesting and fun to read, and had stuff happen other than the first 2/3 when it was I have an assignment, oh no. The third and final book that I read in September is a novella from the Maze Runner series by James Dashner. Thomas's first memory of the flare, and it happens in between the Scorch Trials and the Death Cure, and I liked it, but I mean, it's 4 pages, so I can't like it that much. I found out about this because there is going to be a prequel to the Maze Runner series. I'm so excited for this. The book, the new prequel that is coming out next year, is called The Fever Code, and like the tagline, or like the little synopsis that's here, says, the novel will explore the creation of the maze and how the Gladers all got there. After all, Thomas, Teresa, and their fellow Glade dwellers didn't choose to jump into that freight elevator and forget their pasts. Or did they? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, that's all the books that I read in the month of September, and they were all ebooks. Something's going on with me in ebooks. That's all the books that I've read in the month of September. Tell me about the books that you enjoyed last month, and that's it. I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye! I don't know what that is. Okay. Bye.